What's up, everybody? How you doing today? It's Sunday, and I'm gonna do my weekly installment of my top found cards of the week. I usually call it my top 25, but I have I think I had 32 cards this week because if something ties at the bottom, I just include them. So I have a bunch of $15 cards. I got That's where I'm starting, but we're gonna get pretty high end here. I went through a lot of my Pittsburgh stuff today, and I have a lot of it, so I still actually have more to go through. But all this is it's a weekly thing I'm trying to do to showcase the cards that I have found this week because I have a continuing cycle of cards that I look up. I continue to look up my old cards on a regular basis because prices change. I have been using the Beckett My Collection thing on Beckett, which you can, click on the card and add it to your collection. And then that shows you any price changes or anything. And so that's pretty nice. So it might eliminate the need for me to actually continually look up my old cards. So that's something to look forward to, but it's hard for me to know if I got my whole collection on there or not. So like I said, we're going to start with the $15 cards. And we have seven $15 cards we're going to look at here. The first one is the beginning of the Pittsburgh cards, and it is going to be a Mario Lemieux Upper Deck Masterpieces card. This is the brown border. That's a $15 card. The regular one's probably, I think it's only worth like $5. The second card here is a Past, Present, and Future card. You got Lemieux, Crosby, and Stahl. Stahl, of course, moved on to Carolina to play with his brother. So he's not a Penguin anymore, but this card book's for $15 because Lemieux and Crosby are on it. The next card is a Stenson Ali card, autograph card. This guy was a Pirate prospect. He was supposed to be really good, and he ended up not being very good. So he never made it to the major. I think he may have played in a couple games. I remember seeing him in a Pirate uniform. He was a pitcher. They turned into a third baseman, I believe, and a lot of people thought he was a third baseman in the future, but it just never ended up panning out. They drafted him as a pitcher, though. Next card is a vintage card. It's pretty beat up, like a lot of my vintage cards are. I always say that every video. A Manny Mota card. This is going to be very Pittsburgh heavy today. That's, like I said, that's a $15 card. Very damaged though. The next one here is a rookie card. I don't know who any of these guys are, so I don't know what the driving force of this card is. That's a $15 card. That one's actually in pretty good shape for my regular vintage cards. So, that one probably would actually draw something. Now, these next cards are kind of special to me. So, in 1994, the All-Star game came to Pittsburgh, and I was probably 14 years old then. I was in high school, so yeah, I was 14 or 15 years old, and me and my best friend, we got tickets to it, and we went down there, and they had a Roberto Clemente thing going on. Well, there was 5 cards, a 5-card set that year. And when I went down there, I probably, I was 15 years old. My parents probably only gave me so much money. So I probably couldn't get all 5. But I remember we went to go for these 2 cards because they were the 2 coolest, me and my friend. Like I said, we only had so much money. But now I'm actually looking on eBay because I want to complete this set and have all 5 of them. It looks like the one's going to be really hard. I mean, I've only seen one of them on eBay, and that's actually the Diamond King one, which I can't believe I didn't go for when I was a kid. Maybe I just ran out of money. I don't remember. But this is the first one. These are both $15. This is the Select Roberto Clemente card because they pretty much celebrated Roberto Clemente at that fan fest. The second one is the Upper Deck, and and you can see why I picked these two because definitely the 2 coolest cards from that set as far as looks go. So those are those 2 cards, special to me because I remember those days back then when I went to that thing that many years ago. The next card, this card has a really bad crease in it. I just noticed it recently. You guys got a couple creases in it, but it's a Vern Law. If you know anything about older Pirates, he was a pretty good Pirate, but you can see those 2 big creases in that card. So not really worth $15, but that's the book value. And like I said, I never really go off conditional, so at least for, looking them up. So the next batch of cards are $20 cards. I have 4 of them. The first one, this was a highly touted prospect in the Penguins system, Daniel Sprong. It ended up not working out with him here. He plays for Washington Capitals now. This is definitely a card I'd be willing to move. Our coach now, Mike Sullivan, it just seems like he never really liked Daniel Sprong. So, I think there might be defensive issues there. I mean, last time the Capitals play us, of course, he scored on us because it seems like every former Penguin scores on us. Next, we got another disappointing player in Pittsburgh, Gregory Polanco. This is his prospect autograph. I probably paid a lot of money for this. This is these cards like this are what make me not really want to buy power prospect cards anymore. That Stenson Ali's another one. I went crazy because our minor league system was supposed to be really good, and almost none of the prospects worked out. So it's very frustrating as a collector because I'm also trying to invest. And it just seems like with power cards, you just can't win. I mean, you just can't win. So I pretty much stopped buying. I might buy our number one pick every year. That's about it. And I know the number one pick this year, I have him saved on my eBay list, but I have not bought one of his cards yet. Henry something, I think is his name. I can't even remember. I'd have to look. All right, so next we have two 1956 cards, both worth 20. I would assume these are commons. That's why they're both worth 20. The first one is Toby Atwell. I don't know who this guy is. But like I said, I think these are commons. I think commons are $20. Next one is Jerry Lynch. They're actually in pretty good shape. I mean, they're in really nice shape. The corners are good. No creases. So, I mean, somebody might actually want those. Somebody might actually want to buy them if I took them to a show. You never know. So, okay, now we'll move on to the $25 cards. I got 5 of them. I got 5 $25 cards, and I have 2 that are doubles. So, total 6. The first one's going to be a 1975 Mike Schmidt. That's an old card there. Not in terrible shape. Not the best, but not the worst I have. And then I have 2 of it, like I said. This one actually looks nicer than the other one. But they're both nowhere near perfect, but pretty cool card. Next we have, I actually think I bought this with a Panini Rewards thing. Because basically it was the best thing they had on there, which I think that's the biggest ripoff when you get those instead of getting an autograph card in a pack. But the Mario Lemieux, you can't go wrong with a Mario Lemieux jersey game used card. It's kind of weird that they decided to use the blue jersey instead of using the jersey he's wearing in the picture. I think that's strange. But I knew that whenever I picked the card, and it's numbered to $2.99. Like I said, you can't go wrong with this card. Mario Lemieux, all-time Penguin great. Next, we have definitely a PC card for me. We got the I think this is 68 batting leaders. You got Matty Alou and Roberto Clemente on there, whenever his name was still Bob Clemente on his cards. But I collect Clemente. He's one of my favorite all-time players, even though he died before I was even alive. Actually, I think he died right after I was born. But he didn't play. His last season was like, I think it was, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into that. But I'm pretty sure his playing days were before I was even alive. But I just, grew up hearing about him my whole life and just always admired him and the way he died and everything, the way he died trying to help other people. The next card is a Garrett Cole, Team USA autograph. I don't think this is really considered a rookie because it's before he actually played for the Pirates. And I hate Garrett Cole. Oh, I shouldn't say I hate. I don't really like Garrett Cole very much. I think the way he left Pittsburgh was bad. I get it. I get the economics of baseball, but I just never really liked the guy's personality. Wasn't sad whenever they traded him. Fortunately, the trade ended up being a bust because every player we got is already gone. So it is what it is. It's the life of a Pirate fan. The next card, I bought this off eBay. I don't remember what I paid. This card's numbered to 50. A Pat Freiermuth. One of these days I'll get his name right. But this card's pretty cool. It's one of those Pro Set cards, which actually I bought a hockey blaster of these, and what junk was that? I was so junky. Like, I'd never buy it again. But this card's actually pretty cool looking. I love the old school look. And they're not allowed to have the real uniforms, but this is the perfect picture to use for the companies that are unlicensed. It's a good picture. It's just not a bad card. I like it. It's a cool looking card too. Okay, next up we have a $40 card. This is also a we got a couple $40 cards. I got 3 of them. This is another 1956. So I'm assuming this guy, he's definitely not like a common, because I know Bob Friend was a pretty good Pirate. He was a pitcher, I believe. Yeah, he was a pitcher for the Pirates. I think he was one of their better pitchers back then. 1956, another card. It's not in terrible shape. It's not cut really good. It's kind of cut uneven, but I'm sure that's pretty common on these older cards. But that's a pretty cool looking card there. Next, we have another Pittsburgh Penguin card. These cards are pretty rare. I actually have two of them. I think I have one of the Chicago Blackhawks ones also. A Day with the Cup. These are pretty rare. It's a $40 card because Brian Dumoulin. It's just, Brian Dumoulin's a big time player to us in Pittsburgh, but outside of Pittsburgh, most people don't realize even who he is. He's he's just a defenseman that's not like I can't remember the name of the top defensive player award, but he's not one of those players that's going to defensive player of the year or anything like that. But he's $40 man. I couldn't imagine what Crosby or Malkin's is worth. All right, next, I think I told you about this card in an earlier video. I bought this on eBay. Don't remember. I think I paid $10 for it. Man, this poor guy I bought this card off of, he had it listed for $10.99 or something like that, and I offered him $15 just to get it and be done, and then I don't have to bid against anybody. And he rejected it. So I got the card for $10, $10.99 or whatever, and he lost out on. I mean, he lost out on $5, but if I was in his shoes, I'd have been like, man, I screwed that up. Because if somebody offers you more than what you're asking, I mean, unless you really thought this card was going to do that well, I would have took it probably. I hate when people offer you half of what you have something listed for. Like right now, I have a bunch of Daytona 500 hats listed, which you can see in one of my older videos. And people keep offering me like half of what I have it listed for. Why would I do that? Why? You know what I mean? But this card's pretty cool. It's numbered to 225. I think Luke Kuechly's going to the Hall of Fame, and that's why I bought this. I don't really have an attachment to him. I just invest. I'm just trying to invest. All right, next we have several $50 cards. I didn't realize I had this many. We got 5 $50 cards, and the first one is going to be a Willie Stargell, 1970. It's actually in pretty good shape. Don't mind the coloring of the top loader. But, the corners are pretty good in this card. It's not terrible. It's not cut well. It's cut uneven for sure. It's definitely hugging one side there. But the corners are good. Some people don't care about how well it's cut. This card, I remember getting this from my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law cleans out foreclosed homes, and he used to bring me cards, since he hasn't been doing it lately, but he used to bring me cards and stuff all the time. Sometimes he brings me comic books. This card was worth $80, but last time I looked it up, it's down to $50. But it's a pretty cool card. Another card, Roberto Clemente on it, so this would be something I'd probably PC, put away. But that's a $50 card. Next, this card's super beat up, so it's probably not really worth $50. It's another Willie Stargell. It would just be another card I would throw on my PC. For a card like this, I'd probably be better off taking the $50 tag off and just throwing like $20 on it maybe, but I don't know. All right, next, I remember getting this card in a trade at a card show. I actually had Devonte Adams RPAs that I bought on eBay, probably super cheap. I tell you what, man, I didn't realize that he was going to be that good, and like this dude was like falling all over himself over these cards I had, and this is one of the cards he enticed me with. And man, you throw Roberto Clemente in front of me, you're probably going to get a good deal. So I traded autograph cards. I got like a whole box of cards, but this was like the centerpiece of the trade. I actually got an Andrew Luck too. I got an Andrew Luck Father's Day card. Like they're pretty rare. I think it was worth a couple $100 before he retired. Before all that. I say he quit, personally. Don't get mad at me for saying that, but his timing was terrible. If he wanted to retire, he should have retired before training camp started. I get he got hurt again, but he should at least stuck it out for the rest of the year. That's just my opinion. But anyways, I wanted a Luck autograph and the Clemente jersey card, since I'm a Clemente collector. Very enticing. Devonte Adams, he was the best receiver in Green Bay. I think there was actually somebody else there in Green Bay that was better than him still. And I think I traded him 2 of them. I think that was the only 2 Devonte Adams I had. Now I look back and I regret it. I'm glad I got this card, but the Andrew Luck probably ain't worth really anything anymore. The next card, I don't remember where I got this card from, but it's a Bill Mazarovski. I think this is 1906. I don't know the year on it. I don't want to be wrong, but This is an old card, so this is worth 50. It's in pretty good shape, not terrible. Corners aren't perfect, but they're not the worst. Not a bad card. All right, next we have, I talked about this card in a video, and I didn't realize it was so cut so uneven, though. This is that Roberto Clemente double card. I have the Frank Robinson triple. This one's worth $60. This would be another card I would just probably keep, throw on my PC. Now, like when I go to a show, I'll put my PC cards out, but I'm only selling them if I get top value. That's the only way it's going to happen. But this is a card that I would definitely PC. $60 card. All right, we got another $60 card. That's another Bill Mazarovski. That's a nice looking card. It's in pretty good shape. I'm not sure on the year. Like I said, I'm really bad with vintage. I should probably start writing the year on the tag. That's probably what I'm going to start doing for these cards that don't have the year. You can't tell what year they are on the back. I should probably start doing that because I'm not really good at it. I don't know what year that is. All right, the next one, I think I got this in a blaster. It's a hockey card. It's a Sidney Crosby. I think it's actually a kind of weird card. But this card book's for $80 bucks. So they must be pretty rare. It's not numbered or anything, but that's how much that book's for. I think it's like some kind of patch, kind of strange card. All right, now we got two cards. I got doubles here, and this is cards. I bought these on eBay a long time ago, and the tag on these was like really low. Now they're worth $120. We got two Roberto Clemente 1973s. One of them is cut really badly uneven. You can see the top there. The other one, it's got damage. It's a little uneven left to right, but you know they're nice cards. I don't have no problem with them. All right, continue with the Roberto Clemente. Next, we got $120. This is a 1967 Roberto Clemente. I think I actually got this in one of the things my brother-in-law brought to me. But like I said, I collect Roberto Clemente, so I probably would not get rid of this. The thing I've been thinking about lately is just keeping my top five and then, letting the rest go. Anything I've doubled, I'm willing to sell, All right, next. One of my favorite Pirates of all time. He brought winning baseball back to Pittsburgh after 20 years of losing. Well, he's part of the thing that brought us back. I think I bought this on eBay. It's actually a buyback autograph. This is an Andrew Mccutchen, and I think it's just a prospect card, but there's only 33 of them, so it's really low numbered. $150 it's worth. This is a prized Andrew Mccutchen for me. I think I only have two of his autograph cards. This card I would probably never sell, unless I'd probably take $300 for it. That's what I mean. I'm taking double. Okay, and last but not least, you're not going to be surprised who it is. Another Roberto Clemente. This one is the 1965. It's in really bad shape, so it's probably definitely not worth $300, but it's still probably the most expensive Roberto Clemente I have. I probably think I got this also from my brother-in-law. His stuff, a lot of the vintage stuff went up since the last time I looked them up. It's been a while since I've looked them up. But, most of them went up, and that's my final card of the day. So I just wanted to share my best finds of the week. Hopefully next time I see you guys, maybe I'll have some packs or something to open. Or, I'm getting ready to start saving up for my GoPro. So whenever if I go to card shows or if I work a card show, I might even set up a camera. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, if you like the content, hit subscribe. I'd appreciate your support. Have a blessed night. I'll see you next time.